Yo, what's happening, guys? Coming at you right off the bat this year. 2018 is here and upon us. So with that being said, I've been getting tons of messages on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, asking me, what are you doing with the Tahoe this year? Because if you do follow me on those social media outlets, you will have seen that I've been posting up pictures of the Tahoe already getting tore apart again by none other than JT, James Taylor, at High Voltage Car Audio in Birmingham, Alabama. So it has been stripped. From the front of the enclosure forward has been stripped. And I'm going to go over why and everything and the plans that I have in my head. I've been thinking about this for a while, so it's time to put it into action and make it happen. So this is probably in my head. I'm thinking this is going to be the Tahoe's very last rebuild in this vehicle. The Tahoe, if you've been following it over the years, it has been through a hell of a lifetime of bass, just being destroyed by bass. And that's one of the reasons why the entire, like I said, if you follow me on social media, you probably have seen the pictures I posted of the interior. The whole interior from the enclosure forward has been stripped out. It's bare. There's no dash, no seats, no nothing in there. And the reason why is because the entire floorboard and the firewall, the cowl, everything is completely destroyed by the bass. Like, it's all blown apart. You can see the ground through the floor, you can see the engine through the firewall, you can see, like, if you've seen the pictures, I may put them in this video, I may not, you can go look at them on my social media. But anyway, the cowl is destroyed so bad that there was nowhere to mount the windshield to, and that's one of the reasons why it was breaking. But anyway, just completely destroyed. So I have Roderick Escott. He's been going through, after James stripped it, he took it over to Roderick, and he took it over there, and Roderick is going through and like plating the whole floor, firewall, cowl, everything, so it'll be very strong and be able to like withstand the insane bass that's going to be going through it this year. So anyway, that's what's happening right now with the interior. The whole floor is going to be plated up, so it's going to be super strong. And moving up to the firewall, same thing. And then the cowl up top is going to be plated up as well. And there's going to be a tray made where when the new optic armor windshield that I have, when it lays down into the cowl area, it'll actually have proper bolting across the bottom. As you know, the windshield had broke. I just posted a video from Scraping the Coast. It had broke across, like from the bottom on one of the bolt holes, and then split up from there. There's no doubt in my mind that the windshield probably would have never broken if it would have been mounted properly across the bottom. If you've seen on the sides, you would see that there's a bolt every 3 or 4 inches across the sides, and then also across the top. There was no issues there. But across the bottom, when the cowl was like fully intact, there was nowhere to bolt, or very limited places to bolt across the bottom. So we could only get, I think, like 2 bolts in the middle somewhere. So it left big gaps in between the window. And after it played for a while, the glue broke loose, and it was just pivoting like on the bolt heads, and ended up breaking like across one of those bolt heads because it was like a pinch or a pressure point. So anyway, from there it just split and went from there. But anyway, we are addressing that, so it's going to be mounted properly, and I don't think I should ever have an issue after it is addressed and mounted down properly. So that's going to address the windshield, the whole floor issue. Moving on to the ideas for the interior of the truck. The enclosure is going to stay the same. I've been pretty happy with it. It is decently loud. It's around a 63, 64 with the last power and subs that were in there, and I'm happy with that. This is way louder than a lot of your normal drive around bumping systems that are out there, and my followers still love to hear it, and they think it's loud, and I love it. So that's all that matters. There's a ton of louder people out there, so I don't compete with anybody, I guess, trying to be louder than somebody. I just like doing my own thing pretty much. I mean, if you know, last year I did compete a couple of times just for fun. I don't care if I win or whatever. I just do it to help support the hobby. or what I guess you could call it a hobby. Some people call it a sport, whatever you want to call it. So just to participate in that. But anyway, so my idea for the inside of the Tahoe is, if you know the console that has always been in the Tahoe, it has been always the same thing in between the seats. James has done an awesome job putting that together. But I'm gonna have to, like with the new rebuild, the new console, I thought he would maybe be able to tie the old console from this previous build, HO 4 Neo. I thought he would have been able to tie it into the new idea that I had for the dash, but he said it'd be better off just to go ahead and build an entire new console and the dash and everything like that. So my idea is the console will come up and it'll kind of flare out like this into the dash, like a totally custom dash. It's not gonna have like any type of factory dash, like nothing in there is gonna be factory anymore. Maybe the steering wheel, but I've also been thinking about doing something different for the steering wheel, just something custom, maybe a sub or something like that. I think it would be a cool touch. But anyway, so obviously in the console we're gonna have the SPOD, the S-Pod, the meter, the display that I had that turned all the stuff on and off, and then all the other like door poppers and everything like that. So all that's gonna be laid out really nice in the console, and it's gonna go up into the dash, which is gonna kind of flare out. Like if you can see this is console. It's gonna flare out like this and come around and make two cockpit looking, I guess, stations. If you've ever been inside of a two-seater airplane or one right behind the other, it's kind of like a oval, like you're sitting in like an egg shape. So anyway, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna go up and come around. I'm gonna have two iPad Pro 12.9s in the Tahoe. Where the dash comes up, I'm gonna have one over here to the side in the middle that's gonna control the system and all that stuff. And then in the front, like where the steering wheel is, there's gonna be another 12.9 that's gonna have the gauge readouts on it and everything like that. So be completely digital and looking really nice. And I have no doubt that James is gonna knock it out of the park and make it look amazing. So anyway, that is the console deal. It's gonna come around, console and dash, and then from the dash going over, gonna also do new door panels. So when the dash comes over into the door panels, it's gonna flow exactly into the door panels. I'm gonna try to do 6 10s and 6 tweeters in the door panels again. If you followed me for a while, James Taylor in the past did 6 10s and 6 tweeters in the doors, and I loved the way that those doors came out. So we may be trying to do that again as well. Another thing that I'm gonna be adding, if you watched my video from where I went to Russia and was talking to Alexander from Loud Sound about the Hummer on the passenger side, they had a plate that they bolted onto the door, but they had to take all the speakers and everything like that out to put the plate on the door, which increased their SPL and helped them with their numbers. But I wanted to kind of, since I'm not just a competitor so much, I wanted to, I guess, knock out 2 birds with 1 stone if possible. So I ran this idea by JT and told him what I was looking for, which was to have that 610, 6 tweeter set up on the door, but also make it where they're kind of recessed, so I can have a thick, like say 1/2-inch panel that would go over the door panel right there that would sit, like that would cover up all the speakers. Because if you have watched the videos from this year, almost every show that I went to, I've been destroying door speakers every year because it's just so much, it's so violent and there's so much pressure building in the doors. I was just blowing door speakers apart left and right. Every show I had like 1 or 2 door speakers just get blown apart. It's just a big soft area, so it can't withstand all the pressure that's getting put on it from the 618s. So that's my ideas for the cab and the doors and dash. And then again, the windshield's gonna be bolted in properly. It's gonna have a good place to bolt it at the bottom. So super excited about that. Probably gonna do new carpet. Last year I just got the new seats done. I really love them. They turned out super nice, so super stoked about that. Moving back, not really gonna do it, not gonna mess with the enclosure. I like it. Like I said, it does pretty good for me and it performs well, so I'm just gonna leave that alone, leave it the way it is. It looks nice and performs good, so leaving that alone. On the mids and highs on the side, like on the sides of the box, if you open up the back doors, like on the sides of the truck, you would know now I have 2 C2SQs that, 2 Crescendo C2SQs for the mids on each side of the box. While the amps sound amazing, from where they're mounted, it's very hard to get any air circulation by there, and they get really hot and they'll go into protect mode. So I'm going to be swapping to, I'm pretty sure, some Def Bonce amps. I'm thinking the 7800s for the mids, the Brazilian style amps. I was a hater of that style of amplifier for a very long time, until I went to Russia, and also until Def Bonce sent me an amp to like do some testing on it. It did really well. It did like rated power, and I think the reliability has came up a lot over the years. So gonna be doing some of those, and still gonna be running the Crescendo UN series 10s in the doors. I'm gonna try to do 6 10s in the front door, 6 10s in the side doors, and then 6 10s in each like back doors. And same thing with the tweeters. Not really too much changing there, just different power supplies for them, or amplifiers. So anyway, that's gonna be that. And then like totally custom, it's all gonna be custom, the like backside doors and the very back doors. Like all new door panels are being made, so I'll probably throw up the other ones for sale for a very fair price. And also the console, everything that's coming out of the Tahoe, we'll be selling it to put that money towards the new rebuild and like getting the new stuff made. So anyway, moving on to the back, like I said, the very back doors is going to be 6 10s, 6 tweeters in each door, just like it is now, but the door panels never were really secured that well. So James is going to do like totally custom one-off panels for those to make it look amazing, and also make it where it'll shut really good. The other ones would shut, but you had to shut one and then kind of manipulate the door a little bit to get it to shut like all the way on the other. One of the panels just needed to be shaved down a bit. It wasn't super bad. I mean, it worked, but I want it to just work perfectly if I'm going to be paying this much. All right, sorry about that, guys. I ran out of memory on my new phone. Just got the iPhone X, and already am running out of memory. But when you video and record everything that you do, it happens really fast, especially with the quality being the best that it can be. It takes up a lot of space. But anyway, with that being said, the door panels that were on there, they were pretty good, but you had to manipulate the door to get it to shut. And if I'm going to be getting this rebuild done, I want them to be perfect, and I know James is capable of doing that easily. With that being said, the next thing that it comes to is, what is the subs and amps going to be for this setup? The subs are going to be the same. It's going to be the SUNDOWN Audio Neo Team 18s that I had in there before. These were prototypes that we had, the Jacob at SUNDOWN Audio put together just for my Tahoe, and they did amazing. I had really good luck with these. They performed well, so I liked them, and I'm going to stick with them right now. He's supposed to be working on a new team motor, and if that comes out before the rebuild is done, I may upgrade to those. So anyway, with that being said, why do I keep saying with that being said? That must be one of my comfort words, I guess you could say. But anyway, that's going to be I'm going to be using the subs, the Neo Team 18s, and for power on the new setup, I'm going to be using 4 SUNDOWN NS2 amplifiers. If you have seen these on my social media, I've posted them up several times. These things are huge. They're like this big, and they put out, it just depends, I mean, but we'll say conservatively 16 to 17,000 watts a piece. So, and this, I mean, again, I'm running 16 volt lithium and 5 alternators. 4 alternators is on the 16 volt side, and then I have 1 alternator that's on the 12, that runs the 12 volt side of the truck. And also I'm adding more lithium batteries. So I'm gonna have, I believe, I want to say it's either 8 or 9 16 volt lithium, XSPOWER lithium, the best lithium out there. Gonna be running 8 or 9 of those for the 16 volt side, which is a sub side. A lot of people ask, why so much? Why so many alternators? Why so much battery power? I'm all about overdoing the electrical side, because in my opinion, you can't ever have too much electrical. This is super important. A lot of people don't understand this. They want to buy a 10,000 watt amp, and they don't even think about a high output alternator or the battery power, the battery reserve that you need to properly power that. So anyway, I'm just a huge proponent of overdoing electrical, having more reserve, more power on tap. So it's just like an insurance policy to me. You're adding insurance, so you're less likely to have any problems with, or you're always going to have problems, but have less problems when you have correct voltage and amperage that you need to run your system. Anyway, so that's that for Sundown NS2s. Some people are going to say, how are you going to wire that to 6 subs? And 2 amps are going to be strapped per 3 subs. So that's how we're going to do that. And I think that pretty much covers everything with the Tahoe rebuild. The outside is probably going to stay the same. The alternator is still going to be the 5 Mechman. It's 4 Mechman 240s, and for the 16 volt side, or 270s, can't remember, somewhere around there. And then 1 Mechman 370 for the 12 volt side. So that's pretty much it, guys. Wanted to come to you with this 2018 news right off the bat and let you know the plans for it. A lot of times in the past, I haven't shared the plans for the stuff. I like coming out with a surprise, but a lot of people are just waiting in suspense for so long. They're like, man, what's he doing? It's too big of a secret. So I figured this year I would share more along the way with it instead of just coming out, bam, this all done or whatever. So I'll start sharing more along the way. So be sure to follow me on social media, Instagram, The Life for Price, just like here on YouTube. And then I have 2 Facebook pages, The Life for Price, which I think we're 76,000 followers on there. And then I also have Down for Sound Shop Facebook page, which is almost to 100,000 followers on there. So I greatly appreciate your support on every one of the pages. And also, I had the best year ever for Down for Sound, man. November was the biggest month in history of Down for Sound. I couldn't do it without all of your support. Everybody that reps Down for Sound, that buys from me, you're supporting my movement that I have going. Down for Sound growing at crazy rates is totally a blessing, and I'm totally grateful for it. No matter what you may hear on any social media outlet, it seems to have died down a lot since the haters found out that I'm not going anywhere. I don't care what they say. All of my followers now, followers and supporters, customers, friends, they'll just go and attack these haters. It's pretty crazy that there was a group of 10 or 15 haters or whatever, and now those people have gotten banned from pages. All of my supporters go over there and just like blow them out, and they just go away. So haven't heard anything in a while, and it's pretty crazy. Anyway, so with that being said, I'm gonna end this video and just land it on that note. I greatly appreciate all you guys' support. Can't wait to see you in all these shows that I went to last year. In 2017, I'm going to try to do them all again in 2018, maybe even add more shows to the 2018 calendar. And I'm going to try to come up with a way of putting up a calendar that people can see online, where you can see the shows that I plan on attending. The reason why, real quick, the reason why I didn't do that in the past, because if something comes up, a lot of people plan their entire vacations or whatever around me being at a show. And if something comes up and I'm not able to make it, people literally get upset. They're like, man, you're the only reason why I was going to go to this show. You're the only reason why I planned my vacation in Biloxi, Mississippi for scraping the coast. And so it's a lot of responsibility and a lot of weight on my shoulders for this. And this is the reason why a lot of times I don't tell people the shows that I'm going to, because that's happened in the past. Something would happen with my Tahoe or whatever, and I wouldn't be able to go. And these people would get upset with me, and I'm like, man, I can't do anything about it. I'm just at the mercy of my Tahoe and James and everybody else. If it works and everything like goes into place, that's great. But if not, I can't do anything about it. So please bear with me. But I do want to put a public schedule, I guess you could say, up online so people can view the events and everything that I'm planning on attending this year. But I can tell you right off the bat, my 3 favorite shows, or I guess you can say my 2 favorite shows, is Scraping the Coast in Biloxi, Mississippi, and then Slamology is definitely those 2 right off the bat. I'm still like, Daytona Beach Spring Break Nationals used to be a very awesome show to me, but it has since, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be there this year. It's just gone down over the years, the past 2 years, I would say. Anyway, we'll see. I appreciate you guys watching this long, lengthy video of me just standing in front of the camera telling you my plans for 2018 on the Tahoe. But I know you guys care about it a lot, and I do too. I love you guys, and I really appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video. If you have any ideas that you would like to see, maybe I could incorporate in, if you post something like, JP, it'd be cool if you put a big unicorn on the dash or something like that, and if it gets like a ton of likes on YouTube, then I might consider putting it up there. So if you have any cool ideas or some new cool gadgets you have seen that you would like to see me incorporate in the Tahoe, post it down in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and maybe I can incorporate that into the new build if it's possible. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys had a great, safe New Year's Eve, and your 2018, let it be very prosperous for you, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Please share my videos and help me get to, I have a goal this year to get to 500,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I know I can do it with your help. So please share my videos, tell your buddies to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.
Coming down your block, knocking pictures off the wall. So on Front Street, riding, bagging bitches out the mall. On the giant high, just like Gucci Mane, I'm riding giant fly. You should see they head turn.